Is anyone up for challenging the undefeated champion?
Is anyone up to talk about Lighter? So Lighter is a S-rank fire stun character. More seriously, hey, yo, Lighter, we're talking about him first. Yeah, let's talk about Lighter. He's awesome. I think Lighter is a really cool character with some neat synergies. Oh, TLDR, some things up front for you. So, Lighter is specifically a stun character for ice and fire characters. Yeah, he is an ice and fire stun character. Why ice? I'm not exactly sure, but fire and ice, because he's hot and he's cool. Can we re-record it? Nah, we're going for it. So Lighter has an L-style roar punch for his normal attacks. That's a hilarious butchering of whatever the Chinese name is, but TLDR, he's got a normal attack combo that goes up to 5 hits. N3, N4, and N5 all have a hold gimmick. So like Qingyi, but every normal attack has a hold gimmick. N3 and N4 can transition into the next hit. So if you do a hold N3, you can still do a hold N4, much like Von Lycon actually, where Von Lycon can hold and continue holding, or link holds. Sorry, not continue holding, but he can link hold attacks. So that's the way Lighter works for his basic attack. Now, that probably isn't very important information. Let's talk about how Lighter actually plays. After Quick Assist, EX Special, and Dodge Counter, Lighter will shortcut immediately to N5. So basically everything else doesn't matter. Technically he has 2 EX Specials. The first one transitions to N4 and the second one transitions to N5, but you're always gonna do EX2 if it's available, so N5 is the only normal attack that matters. The fact that it happens after assist follow-up is really cool. It's really similar to Caesar, actually. I'm going to talk about this. I expected Caesar to be pretty long-lasting as a support or as a stun character for fire. As a stun character for fire. Oopsies, I was wrong. One patch. The one patch king. That's cool and all that Lighter plays really similarly. So Lighter can defensive assist and then immediately N5. He can also, after that, EX and then N5 again. Lighter has another mechanic on top of that. So he has this mechanic called, for now, it's auto-translated as morale. This is a meter that builds. Once it hits 80, so it starts at 0 and it goes to 100. Once it hits 80, he will essentially trigger a quick assist for himself. Lighter will go, it's my turn now. And quick assist to himself. Or trigger a quick assist to himself from off field. And after quick assist, he can immediately N5, so he will go. That's basically how this works. But yeah, he can also do that after defensive assist. His gameplay is going to be you defensive assist to him and do his N5. You can EX and do his N5. And when his N5 is ready, he will tell you is ready and do the N5. Like, comment, subscribe. We're going to try to do more Zenless content. More Genshin content is coming. Did you know most of you watching are not currently subscribed? You should subscribe. When he consumes morale, he enters the morale eruption state. Morale eruption is a fancy way of saying this is how he applies buffs, and this is also how he increases his own impact. He will give himself 18% final impact as he consumes his morale. He consumes the morale as he attacks. So essentially it'll always be maxed out, but there's a slight ramp up to it. Regarding the actual day's damage that he does, defensive assist plus N5, yes, is the same day's damage as Caesar's defensive assist EX2. It might be slightly more TBD on this stuff, but just assume it's comparable for defensive assist plus N5. And he also has the quick assist mechanic, and he has the EX as well. So he'll end up doing more days damage. He'll be the new fastest stunner ever. How good is it to say that 3 patches in a row? Oh boy. Wonderful stuff. He gives less relative buffs than other stun characters, though. That's something I actually want to talk about. A significant part of what Lighter's power budget is allocated into right now is a 3-second stun duration increase, which is really interesting because it's a little hard to translate that directly into damage, because not all characters will be able to benefit from a longer stun window. But yeah, he makes the stun window longer. He also res shreds for fire and ice damage by 15%, and he will give 20 to 30 damage bonus for fire and ice. This depends whether or not you use his S rank engine. The TLDR on that is this damage percent buff ramps with his amount of hits and the impact he does. So it's up to 20 stacks. Everything he does is up to 20 stacks. Just assume he'll always be hitting in 20s. Otherwise, it'd be weird for them to have this ramp. So yeah, it ends up being 20 damage percent without his S rank engine, or his signature S rank engine. And it ends up being 30% with his signature S rank engine. That's cool and all that it gives an extra 10 damage bonus, but what else does his S rank engine do? It is a impact main stat, so it'll give 18% impact. When you defensive assist or quick assist, it gives him 20 or 22% final impact. The sources are inconsistent on this. There's actually a typo on Hakushin right now where it says 2000%. It's definitely not going to give 2000% impact. If it did, that'd be insane. Don't worry about that. But what it actually also does is it gives 50% crit damage to fire and ice attacks for the entire team. I'm sorry, what? 50% crit damage? Yeah. If you don't get that engine, though, he has some other options. They're going to primarily be the Fossil Core, the Ice Jade Teapot, the Restrained, or the Hellfire Gears. Just because those are the engines that give impact or just give a lot of days in the case of the Fossil Core. He is going to have 2 major set options, Shockstar Disco and Protopunk. Protopunk is the 1.2 set that gives 15 damage bonus on assist, and Shockstar Disco is the 1.0 stun set that gives 20% days on basic attacks. He does do most of his days on basic attacks, so Shockstar Disco could be better, or should be better, but because of how threshold-based stun is, it's possible for you to be stunning in the same actions without it. Yada yada, you get the gist. His additional passive is the damage bonus conversion from his impact. The requirement for this is a attack character or anyone from the same faction, which is Sons of Calydon, which means Caesar or Lucy or Piper or Benice. You get the idea. I also wanted to kind of quickly talk about how absurdly good his Mindscape Cinema level 1 is. It's a little concerning how good it is, actually. So it's the same as the Caesar and Qingyi M1, where he immediately gets his mechanic at the start of combat. But besides that, when he hits enemies with his N5, their stun window, or their stun multiplier, increases by 60%. Qingyi's entire kit is she increases the stun multiplier by 80%. Lighter's Mindscape Cinema level 1 is essentially Qingyi's entire kit, and he's not an on-field stunner. What? This doesn't sound right. Why is this Mindscape Cinema level 1 and not C0? What? What? What is this engine? What is this Mindscape Cinema level 1? Who let them cook? Who is in the kitchen? What? That's such a divide between M0 with an A rank engine and M1 and with his S rank engine. That's bizarre. Okay, that being said, characters this kit works well for. Ellen, Soldier 11, the fire and the ice DPS. DPS Sokaku, but the catch is you want to play with another Calydon character, which would be Caesar or Lucy. And then I want to also mention Benice, who is about to release. The catch with recommending Lighter for Benice is Yanagi is better. Yanagi is better for Benice. We're going to talk about Yanagi, the video, I guess tomorrow. Yeah. Subscribe. Tomorrow you will get to hear about Yanagi very similarly. But yeah, Lighter will also have some synergy with Bernice because he just buffs fire and does stun. Increased stun window can also be really nice for Anomaly because it will make sure that your disorders happen in the stun window. Miyabi? Maybe. Did you guys see they changed Miyabi's model this update? She got her face slimmed down and they redid the texture for her hair. Miyabi is coming. I'm here to support Miyabi with the power of my fist. Maybe.